2026. Two of the world's biggest AI companies race to go public, each valued near $1 trillion. Money pours in, the numbers climb. Everyone senses something historic, and a question hangs in the air, unspoken. Is this a bubble? You feel sure you'd recognize one. After all, the last ones look so obvious now. We tell ourselves, I would see it coming. History makes bubbles look easy to spot, almost laughable. Tulip mania, the roaring 20s, .com, the housing crash. From here, each looks like obvious madness anyone could have seen. Hindsight is flawless. It is also completely useless beforehand. Hindsight bias rewrites memory. Once a bubble pops, the warning signs feel obvious, but only once we know the ending. Before the ending, you're not standing out here. You're inside. Here's the strange part. From outside, a bubble is obvious. A thin, fragile sphere stretched far too tight. But step inside, and the view changes completely. From inside, there's no sphere, just a bright world where everything keeps rising. And that feels completely rational. The edges that scream bubble from outside are invisible inside. So how would you ever know? People try. In every market, someone is always shouting, bubble. A lone voice, arm raised, warning that prices have climbed too high. And usually, that warning is simply wrong. Markets always have doubters. Usually, prices keep rising, and the person crying bubble is proven wrong again and again. So we learn to ignore the cry, like the village. This is the boy who cried wolf, inverted. The danger isn't false alarms, it's that real wolves sound identical. The warning carries no information, the same sound every time. True alarm, false alarm, indistinguishable from inside. And still, the crowd keeps climbing. Why? It isn't only confusion holding you inside. A whole machine of human logic keeps you buying and feeling smart. First, the greater fool. Someone will always pay more. You don't need to believe the price is fair, only that someone foolish enough will buy it from you. Until, suddenly, there's no greater fool left. Second, it's different this time. Every bubble convinces itself the old rules no longer apply. A new dawn. A story so good, it silences every doubt. Third, the herd. We're wired to copy the crowd. When everyone's buying, standing still feels like the reckless choice. To step out of the herd is to feel foolish. Going along is comfortable. Standing apart is lonely. Fourth, overconfidence. After a few wins, you feel you have special insight, and certainty peaks right before the fall. The fullest certainty arrives at the most dangerous moment. Fifth, reflexivity. Belief moves the price. Rising prices prove the believers right, until the loop runs in reverse. Every gear turns smoothly. None of them feels like madness. Rational step after step. That's how you get here. But suppose you do see it. Suppose you're certain. Even then, there's a trap. Knowing it's a bubble tells you nothing about when it pops, and timing is everything. Markets stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Doubters who call it early often go broke waiting to be right. Being early and being wrong look identical. So seeing the bubble isn't the same as escaping it. There may be no clean exit at all. So, can you spot the AI bubble from inside? Be honest. The signs you'd look for are always present. They're there in real manias and in real revolutions. The internet was real and a bubble. Railways were real and a bubble. Real technology and bubble are not opposites. Even a real revolution can be wildly overpriced first. Maybe AI is the real thing. Maybe it's overpriced. Maybe both. The point is, from inside, you genuinely cannot tell. The inability to see the edge isn't your flaw. It's structural. The bubble hides its own walls. Everyone inside, even its builders, stands where you do. The founders can't see it either. No one stands outside. Closest to the engine, furthest from perspective. There's no clean signal that says, now. If there were, the crowd would act on it and erase it. A knowable top would be acted on and vanish. So the honest answer to, can you spot it, is humbling. No, and neither can anyone, however confident. Confidence is not insight. Often, it's the opposite. Quiet is rarer here than confidence. What you can do is humbler and far more useful. Notice your inside. Stop trusting that you'd surely know. Hold the story loosely. Size your risk for being wrong. Not because you're foolish, but because the smartest minds in history stood here and couldn't see the walls. The same blindness across 4 centuries in brilliant minds. Certainty looks the same in every century. Here's the quiet twist. The moment you accept you can't see the edge, you finally start behaving wisely inside it. Not certainty, not panic, just clear-eyed humility inside the unknown. The danger was never using a tool you can't fully price. It was certainty that you, uniquely, saw clearly. Spotting the bubble was never the real skill. Surviving your own certainty was. And that begins by admitting the walls are there, especially when unseen. So, can you spot the AI bubble? Probably not, but you can stop believing you would, and that humility may be the only edge inside. Stay humble, stay curious, stay inside, knowingly. If this made you think, you know what to do. PenMonk, one calm, counterintuitive question at a time.